Today, we have Fox News posting the top 3 cryptocurrency returns year over year. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. Up 1100%. Have you heard of Cardano? And if you haven't been paying attention, there was a pretty big scam going on with Cardano on Twitter here just the other day, where somebody was impersonating Charles Hoskinson, of course one of the creators of Cardano, and it was the standard crypto scam where if you send some amount, then you'll get double the amount in return. Of course, you don't get anything back. So Charles was kind of upset about this, tweeted at Jack, "Honestly, Jack, I don't get a check mark, but an Elon Musk impersonator trying to scam people does? What the hell kind of organization is Twitter?" And he would be right. Charles has been trying to get the little verification mark for a long time, and Jack just wouldn't give it to him. So it took Charles making the threat that if there's no path to verification, then I'm considering leaving Twitter. It seems to be the only way to resolve the impersonation issues. I'm disappointed with Twitter, they just don't seem to care about fraud, scams, and impersonation. And it seems to have taken the rest of the Cardano community to push Jack to make the change. Has Coinbase decided on ADA yet? Posted, Coinbase has decided to list ADA today. This was the other day, of course, mission accomplished. Our next mission, you can do it, Jack. Get that check mark for Charles. And as you can see, Charles did get the check mark. He is official now. One small but deeply meaningful step today, but a long road ahead for crypto scams. And now to get Twitter to remove the check mark from the impersonator. I haven't checked at this point, maybe it's already been removed, but I wouldn't count on it. And just to give you an idea of how widespread these scams are, this has been going on for quite some time, not just with Cardano, but with all kinds of cryptocurrencies. Hacker of Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Barack Obama, Apple, Twitter accounts to spend 3 years in prison. A young Florida-based hacker who hijacked the accounts of several high-profile users of Twitter's social media platform in a Bitcoin scam last year pleaded guilty to charges and agreed to serve 3 years in prison. Clark was accused of masterminding a massive social media hack in July last year. The scheme netted about $117,000 in Bitcoin before it was shut down. Here's another fun article. What's behind the meteoric rise in obscure cryptocurrency Cardano? Well, a lot of things. Let's see what happened after that Coinbase listing. I thought that the price might peak a little bit, come down today, but I would have been wrong, because we're now consolidating around the $1.40 mark. My indicators are telling me to sell. There's a mix of buying and selling here. RSI is starting to come down just a little bit. The MACD says that the trend might be reversing, but we'll just have to wait and see. Cardano's market cap now sitting at just over $43.5 billion, still sitting firmly in number 3 spot. Price predictions, we always like these. What comes next after the Coinbase Pro news? Well, a lot of things. They can cross this one off. Charles was verified. Grayscale, PayPal, Ethiopia, smart contracts, going to the moon, having a community yacht party, and of course, the Ethereum smart contract converter. And along the way, we might just change the world. Here's another fun one that someone told me about today, the Kyber network. I don't know anything about this, but this is exciting. From 217 all the way up to 304 today. What is the Kyber network? On-chain liquidity protocol that aggregates liquidity from various sources to provide secure and instant transactions on any decentralized application. The main goal is to enable dApps, decentralized exchanges, and other users easy access to a liquidity pool that provides the best rates. Again, I don't know anything about it, I don't have any of it, but if you're interested, then do your own research on it. Like so many of these coins, they had so much promise back here in 2017, 2018, and then they just dropped down into the depths here for such a long time, and now they're starting to recover. So it's definitely one to keep an eye out for. How about this? Activision Blizzard reports new layoffs, claim surfaces that CEO set to pocket enormous bonus payout. Layoffs reportedly hit Activision Blizzard, that's not good, affecting between 50 and 190 employees, being reported that the CEO could get a payout of up to $200 million based on a stock-related incentive clause in his employment contract. Laying off that many employees is probably not reason to execute an incentive clause. They're saying that the layoffs affected less than 2% of the company's employees. They will receive a minimum of 90 days of severance and health benefits for up to a year. and each employee laid off was given $200 in gift cards to BattleNet so they can just put it right back into the pockets of the company. More fun news. Carnival's Princess Cruises and Holland America extend cruise suspensions. Carnival Corp said on Tuesday that its Princess Cruises will extend the pause of its cruises sailing out of Seattle, that's where I am, through June 27. U.S. sends investigators to probe another Michigan Tesla crash, so this is the second one this week. Supposedly, a Tesla using the company's autopilot, partially automated driving system crashed into a state police cruiser with flashing lights along a freeway. Neither the trooper nor the 22-year-old Tesla driver were injured. Tesla's driver was issued citations for failure to move over and driving with a license suspended. So what do you tell the trooper in this case? You just say, I wasn't driving the car was driving itself. These are things that we're going to have to figure out. But I'm guessing that Elon's not too happy about it. While the new full self-driving beta has now been expanded to 2,000 owners, they've also revoked access where drivers have not been paying sufficient attention to the road. No accidents to date. Well, that was several days ago, so Elon will have to update this tweet. But I can imagine he's not very happy about this. And I can't blame him. It's still in beta, people need to pay attention, and until the system is perfected, then we're going to keep seeing things like this. But it's not Tesla's fault, it's clearly the driver's fault. The driver is fully responsible. And what happened to the price? Did anyone care? Doesn't look like it. And those nice people over at the IRS have postponed the April 15th tax deadline to May 17. So you have more time to file your taxes. Not sure what most of us are filing anyway, seeing that most of us have been jobless for the greater part of the past year. And while we're on the subject of taxes, remember if you're going to leave Robinhood and move to Webull or another platform, don't just sell everything and then buy it again, especially if you have gains in that account, unless you like paying taxes. Use the account transfer service, pay the $75 instead, and you'll thank me later. And 90 million of you have received that $1,400 stimmy check, and if the money's missing, well, don't ask the government where it is. Here is financial expert Suze Orman. Do not spend, and don't you dare invest your stimmy check. Here's what to do with the cash instead. Because you wouldn't want to buy assets with it. Better off just hiding it under your mattress and letting inflation take care of it. Or maybe we can use it to pay off some of this debt. Why do we even pay taxes anymore? They can just print all the money that they want to. And we saw the Fed talk today. They're seeing stronger economy, higher inflation, but no rate hikes is what they're promising, at least until 2023. They're continuing their asset purchase program, buying at least $120 billion of bonds every month. But here's what I'm not sure I agree with. They're saying inflation continues to run below 2%. I don't know about that. Everything seems to be getting a little bit more expensive out my way. Look at home construction prices. Look at the cost of lumber. Go look at your grocery store. If you want to see if there's inflation or not, go look at your last Netflix bill and see if it increased or decreased. Go ask the business owners what they think about inflation and prices. Stocks reacted positively to the news, while yields stayed positive. And here is that 10-year yield rate. Seems to be going just as expected. Wells Fargo predicts the 10-year yield could reach 2.25% this year. Mortgage refinance demand tanks 39% as rates continue to climb. GDP is expected to increase 6.5% in 21 before cooling off in later years. The last time these people tried to predict something was back here when Yellen said she expects no new financial crises in her lifetime. Well, that one didn't age too well. And I especially like this one. Is Janet Yellen a Keynesian? That's a great question. Believes economic markets are flawed, requiring government regulation. Here are the dot plots where they vote on what they expect is going to happen. So here we go, looking out in the longer run. I think we might have better luck if we just throw some darts at the wall instead. Stocks stay positive after Fed decision to leave rates unchanged. Of course, the market couldn't really decide what to do today until Powell came out to talk. But don't worry, Fed Chair Powell is a maestro, calming the markets when there could have been chaos. But to say that there is really no inflation, I just don't know what they're looking at. I think what's really happening is that when you have a $55 million net worth and all of your friends do too, then it really doesn't matter if the dollar menu at McDonald's turns into the $2 menu or the $3 menu. That's all I've got for today. I will see you in the next one.